my channel, The Mental Traveler. I'm Caro Herrera, and today I'm going to be reviewing a movie called Letters to Juliet. It was released in 2010, and it stars Amanda Seyfried, Vanessa Redgrave, Franco Nero, Christopher Egan, and Gabriel Garcia Bernal. It's based on a book called Letters to Juliet, celebrating Shakespeare's greatest heroine, the magical city of Verona, and the power of love, which was written by Liz and Seal Friedman, which was published in 2006. Before I begin though, let me just say that this will be a spoiler-free video, so you can sit back and enjoy. The protagonist of the movie is Sophie, an American who studied journalism, who is working as a fact-checker and dreams of becoming a writer. She is engaged to Victor, a chef, and before their wedding they decide to take a trip to Verona. Sophie's really looking forward to visiting all the tourist attractions, but Victor is a really self-absorbed person, and he only wants to work all the time, leaving Sophie to discover the magic of this Italian city on her own. One day she comes upon this place called Juliet's house, where women from all over the world write letters addressed to Juliet Capulet, and Sophie realizes that there is a special team of women who are called the secretaries of Juliet, who are in charge of answering these letters with advice. She thinks this is a wonderful thing, and her friends invite her to join them after Sophie discovers this hidden letter written decades ago that has never been discovered. So Sophie finally sends a reply, little expecting that it will change her life forever. Why? Well, the letter was written by this British girl called Claire, who went back to home, breaking Lorenzo, her Italian boyfriend's heart, and her own in the process. So soon after Sophie sends her reply to Claire's letter, Claire herself appears. Claire herself arrives in Verona. She's now an elderly lady who brings her grandson along, and her plan is to somehow find Lorenzo so that she can ask for his forgiveness. Charlie, Claire's grandson, is skeptical about the whole thing and annoyed when Sophie decides to help Claire in her quest. So we follow this dynamic trio as they drive all over the Italian countryside looking for Lorenzo. Will they ever find him? And what happens with Victor, Sophie's fiancé, when she starts to develop feelings for Charlie? Even though Letters to Juliet isn't the perfect epic film, or even one of the most popular chick flicks ever, I really love it, and as I've said, it's one of my favorite comfort movies ever. It's very soothing, and I adore the way I feel when I see it. Like nothing can go wrong in the world because this is such a charming story. I love its cast not only because of Vanessa and Franco, but because I really like Amanda Seyfried, and because it's great to see Gael Garcia Bernal, a fellow Mexican, acting alongside such talents. But yeah, I can't think of a single thing that I dislike about Letters to Juliet. I love its soundtrack, Sophie's outfits are so beautiful, and the Italian landscapes we are shown are just breathtaking. I can also relate to Sophie because I am a fellow journalist and writer, and I think she's a great role model for young girls because she is vulnerable and strong at the same time. And getting a little sidetracked here, but a little detail that I love about Letters to Juliet is that there is this scene where Vanessa Redgrave's character brushes the hair of Amanda Seyfried. And whenever I see it, I remember a scene in Mamma Mia where Meryl Streep does the same thing with Amanda's hair. So I think it's pretty epic that two of the most renowned actresses of our times do this with Amanda. She's one lucky young actress. And on that note, I'd also like to add that I really feel like just as Claire was a protector of sorts to the vulnerable Sophie, so was Vanessa a guide and mentor to Amanda regarding evolving as an actress. Why? Well, because in March 2021, over a decade after Letters of Juliet was released, Amanda was promoting her movie Mank, where she played the old Hollywood actress Marion Davies, and for which she was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress. Part of the promotion that she did for this film was having a conversation with Vanessa Redgrave about it, and it was just a true delight to watch. It's here on YouTube. They talk about Marion Davies, David Fincher, the director of Mank, how they approach acting, and it was just lovely to see their friendship after all these years. Finally, I think I gave Letters to Juliet a 4 out of 5 stars review. So my history with this movie actually goes way before that book was even published. Why? Well, when I was around 12 years old, I saw the movie King Arthur with Clive Owen, and I've always loved period dramas and history and the King Arthur legend. So I really liked it when I was a kid, and I asked my mother to buy it for me. And I can still remember the day she came back from the supermarket with the movie, only it wasn't King Arthur she'd bought me. She'd gotten confused and she'd actually bought me a movie called Camelot from the 60s, a musical, which stars Richard Harris, Franco Nero, Vanessa Redgrave, David Hemmings. And at first I was a bit upset that she'd made a mistake, but I remember that I saw that movie that night and nothing was the same ever since. To this day, some 16 years later, Camelot is still my second favorite movie of all times. You can actually see it right there, besides The Once and Future King, which is the book it's based on. This is my favorite bookshelf. And it started a lifelong passion for this particular take of the King Arthur legend. And I now only love this particular take on the Arthurian legend. And the movie started a lifelong passion for British actors of the 20th century. Richard Harris was just a fantastic performer, and Vanessa Redgrave is to this day my favorite actress alongside Vivien Leigh, the protagonist of Gone with the Wind. And in the movie she plays Guinevere, and Franco Nero plays Lancelot, her lover. And in real life the two actually fell in love, and for decades they dated on and off. They even had a son together. And in 2006, the year the book of Letters to Juliet was published, they got married. So yeah, I've always been a big fan of Vanessa because she's just one of the best actresses that has ever lived. And so when the movie Letters to Juliet was announced, and I realized that Franco and Vanessa were gonna once again start in a movie together, I went crazy. Like, that's, I think, my favorite thing about Letters to Juliet, among many others. And yeah, I mean, going back to Letters to Juliet, it's one of my favorite films ever because I constantly rewatch it. It's like the greatest comfort film ever. For me, the highlight of this film is seeing Vanessa and Franco playing lovers again. And I hope that Letters to Juliet helps younger audiences discover Camelot for the first time, because it utterly is a masterpiece of a movie in so many different ways. For the moment, I believe that this is all I have to say about Letters to Juliet. If I ever read the book, I shall review it. But until then, thank you so much for watching my review of the movie adaptation. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that you liked it. Please let me know if you did or if you didn't, because I would love to talk about it all with you. And well, in the description box below you can find a link to the IMDb page for the movie. And well, I'm Quero Herrera, the mental traveler, and I hope you have a wonderful day wherever you're in the world. I'll be seeing you soon. Take care and goodbye.